Have you ever wondered if true happiness lies in having more or in appreciating what you already have? Imagine a world where the pursuit of endless wealth blinds you to the most precious gifts right in front of you. What if the very things we chase, the riches we believe will fulfill us, are the same things that could lead to our deepest regrets? Today, we're going to dive into a story that will challenge your perception of value and love. A story that will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about a mother's heart. So let's start the story. Avarice's life was a canvas painted with simple joys, yet her heart yearned for more. She was a widow, raising her son Finn in a quaint village by a whispering river. Finn, a boy with eyes bright as morning dew and a spirit kind as the gentle breeze, was her world. Yet Avarice carried a heavy burden, an insatiable desire for wealth. She believed that only through abundance could she secure Finn's future and perhaps fill the void of her husband. She worked tirelessly every day, but her gaze was always fixed on the lack, not on the simple joys that were in her life. Finn, though small, felt the longing for his mother. He often saw his mother sighing at their simple home, comparing it to the grand mansions of the village merchants. She wanted to give her mother the world, but all she had was her steadfast love. One day, a wealthy merchant, impressed by Avarice's weaving skills, offered her a lucrative but difficult job. It required long hours, often late into the night, which meant less time for Finn. Avarice's eyes lit up. This was her chance. She agreed without hesitation, convincing Finn that it was all for his future. Finn, although he felt his mother's absence, tried to understand. He often sat by the window and waited for his mother to return, holding a small, handmade wooden bird that his mother had carved for him many years ago. He would whisper to it and tell her stories of his day, if only she could hear. Meanwhile, Avarice became more and more indifferent. The pile of gold coins was growing, but so was the distance between her and her son. Years passed. Avarice became one of the richest women in the village. Her house was vast. Her coffers were overflowing. But Finn was no longer the cheerful boy he had been. He was a quiet young man with a touch of sadness in his eyes. One winter, a mysterious illness swept through the village. Finn became gravely ill. The doctors tried their best, but the only thing that could save him was a rare herb found in the remote mountains. It was incredibly expensive, costing almost all of Avarice's possessions. For the first time, Avarice was faced with a choice: her accumulated wealth or her son's life. In that moment of deep crisis, all her gold and jewels seemed worthless. They could offer no comfort, no hope against the shadow of losing Finn. The title, The Greedy Mother, a heartbreaking story, echoed in her mind, a terrifying reflection of her own journey. Tears welled up in her eyes as she realized the true value of her ambition. Without a second thought, she sacrificed every coin, every precious gem to collect that herb. She raced against time, the forgotten love in her heart beating anew. Finn recovered, weak but alive. When she opened her eyes, she saw not a rich woman, but a mother, her face tear-stained but radiant with the love she had almost forgotten. In her mother's embrace, Avarice realized that her greatest treasure had always been her son, a treasure more precious than any gold. This story reminds us that some treasures cannot be measured in gold, but rather in the love we have and the moments we cherish. What do you really value in life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story touched your heart, please like it and subscribe to GuidingGlow Stories for more inspiring stories that illuminate the path to a meaningful life.
Your support helps us share these important lessons.